Three down-and-out cowboys arrive in a village. They enter the barber shop, and then the second guy actually picks up a soap kid, brush in mouth. It's obvious these three aren't looking for food. They're here to rob the place. But their target is not the barber, just the customer. Jack Beauregard applies the phone, while his lookouts stay alert, one scraping horsehair and the other milking a cow, watching the shop. The boss readies the razor. As it hits Jack's face, a gun touches his chin. The cowboy freezes and pulls the blade away. He starts to shave with care. The men outside are stunned. Why is he grooming instead of fighting? The two robbers watch him and think something is wrong. When did he get so calm? Jack watches him put the razor away, holsters his gun, touches his cheek, feels pleased, then pays. The robbers are stunned. How did this heist earn cash? Jack heads to the mirror. Robbers see it's wrong and fire at the shop. He puts the tip and the loot in the cup. He opens the storeroom door, and the scared barber walks out now. Jack sprays scent and leaves, the boy watching him with pure awe. He unties his father, asking why one shot floored all three men. His father says, gun speed. The boy asks if he is the fastest in the West, but the father gives a negative answer. Top Gun. Nobody is catching fish in the river. Soon, Jack passes by. They meet, and he leaves. But after that meeting, nobody follows Jack like a leech. He's woken up, facing the old cowboy's talk. Nobody just ignores him. He tries to get a horse to leave, but is stopped. He's told he can have the ride only if he brings this basket to a person inside the restaurant. Thinking it's a good deal, he enters the restaurant. One customer there is his idol, Jack, but food matters more than the mission. He eats from a pan. A telegram for Jack arrives, and nobody learns he'll retire and move away. Nobody laments, saying Jack is the West's best lawman. If he leaves, who will rule this land? Then he remembers to give him the basket. Jack asks what it is. Nobody says it's a bomb. He's stunned. Nobody says it's for a horse. Jack says return it, and he can have any horse. Nobody carries the basket while listing Jack's glorious deeds. It is clear that he admires Jack and wants to be just like him. Jack is sweating, and suddenly an explosion goes off, filling the air with smoke. Nobody keeps rambling, and Jack is surprised that the kid remembers his past so accurately. Nobody praises Jack endlessly. Before leaving, Jack asks his name. Nobody watches his idol leave. He tosses his pan and chases out, only to find the bomb has blown his horse to bits. Seeing his hero leave, nobody ignores the destruction and grabs a horse to keep following. He tricks three men out to kill Jack. Why do they want to murder the lawman? What of Jack? Will nobody succeed? See you next time. He hits something, looks up, and is scared. It's nobody's first time seeing this bridge. The guy is rude and calls him a redneck. He is still arrogant. Nobody shoots the bridge. The man panics and crowds laugh. Nobody grabs his smoke. The guy sees he's tough, apologizes, and runs away. Nobody's city adventure has just begun. The city excites nobody. Thirsty, he eyes the kid's apple and steals it when the mother looks away. He eats it greedily, leaving the core. Since he eats beans daily, he rarely gets fruit. He finds a game where white men throw cakes at a black slave, and he thinks it looks fun. The boss pushes hard, making nobody impatient. He buys cake, takes a bite, then throws it away with force.
Give him everything you got! For the fun of the game!
All around. The crowd cheers. Nobody hates those racists who treat others as a cruel joke.
What did you say the fun of the game is?
After finishing with the boss, he goes to the tavern and spots cowboys bullying an old man. Nobody picks up the smoke to teach the thugs a lesson.
Who the hell are you?
Inside the saloon, a betting game is on. You must chug a beer, toss the mug, then shoot it before it hits the ground to win. Nobody nails it with one clean shot. When he drinks the second and tosses it, no one enters and catches the glass, causing him to miss. Nobody drinks the leftover beer, making the shooter furious. Nobody gets a beer, ignoring the shooter like air. The gunman can't stand the insult, so he draws his gun for a fight.
How'd you like to play with this?
Like that?
However, nobody diffuses the tension and watches them playing the game. Pumped, nobody wants in. Cowboy fills 4 cups, tells the rules, and nobody bets $20 right away. He struggles to finish the beer, feeling full. After a breath, he throws the cup and shoots it right before it hits. People think he's just really lucky. For drink 2, nobody slows down. He forces it down, wobbling, but stands firm. His second shot is smooth. For the third one, he chuckles, likely wishing the director was here. Seeing nobody is clearly wasted, the crowd starts placing their bets. Nobody's excited. Seeing bets, he finds the motivation to finish that beer with a helpless look. He laughs and hits the target. The thugs think it's luck. By the last drink, nobody is relaxed and hazy. He gulps it down, then tosses the glass back.
Hold it. The game's over.
The mulehead's arrival makes the bar quiet. Nobody doesn't care. He shoots the mulehead's glass. He shakily takes his money, completely ignoring the guy, and orders a whiskey with a grin. The guy angrily shoots nobody's glass.
That evens the score for glasses.
Nobody nods, unbothered. But the mulehead wants a duel. That's an amateur challenging a pro. Nobody shakes his head, showing the guy his mistake, but he refuses to back down. Nobody decides to school him, and they stare each other down. As he reaches for his gun, he gets slapped. Nobody slaps him, telling him to stop making that face. The guy thinks he has another shot. Nobody draws his gun, slaps him again, and says it looks bad for his appearance. But that mulehead wants to fight. Nobody slaps him again. Were it not for the guy upstairs, his face would be ruined today.
Keeps talking to you.
The boss likes nobody's style. He asks for a drink, readies up, and touches the old man's face, moving on. Catch you later. See you next time. A duel in the small town. To witness this historic duel, all townsfolk hide at home. Calm nobody signals his boss, then waits for the legendary retired lawman. Soon, a figure appears on the horizon. The 3 cowboys who have a grudge against nobody pass through town, but he's unbothered, looking relaxed, and decides to mess with them again. Jack's hat is shot by nobody. Since Jack rejected him when he tried to follow him, nobody does this just to get his revenge and save his face. Jack isn't bothered, gets off the horse, and reaches down for his hat. Nobody fires 2 shots, sending the hat away. That's their duel. Jack isn't angry. He picks up the hat, sees the holes, and knows he lost to the kid. He fired 3 shots, leaving 2 holes. Having met the bounty, nobody spares Jack's life. In nobody's heart, Jack is his idol and his lifelong role model. Nobody uses a mirror to reflect light onto killers in ambush. Nobody clears the other killers, then sits on a stool, waiting for something to happen. The Wild Bunch attacks the town. Nobody admires the cowboys. He expects Jack to fight the Wild Bunch, but the lawman steps aside and goes to the telegraph office. The gang arrives, yet causes no town damage. It's the gold rush, so their goal is to rob Sullivan. Nody watches from the side, staring at their gear, his eyes full of admiration. When they leave, the real trouble starts. Sullivan sends men to kill Jack. Since nobody let Jack go, the rich man now orders a new hit. Nobody makes noise to lure the cowboys into a secret room. They fall for it. The shooter and the mulehead rush in to kill him, but get played by nobody. They can't find him. When they spot him, it's just a mirror. Meanwhile, Jack is tricking the three cowboys using the same dynamite.
Happens to everyone sooner or later.
Nobody tricks them, and they fall apart. He goes outside, using dummies to take out three men. Jack finds the real mastermind. After meeting, he and Nobody have a mental showdown. Jack learns Sullivan hired Nobody and asks why he let him go. Nobody's reason is romantic. He sees Jack as his idol. He knows the legends, but regrets that he couldn't see Jack take down the Wild Bunch. If Jack succeeds, he's a god, so he saves him. He can't let his faith collapse. Nobody urges Jack to fight them. Jack can't beat 150 guys. He doesn't fall for the trap. He finds Sullivan to learn the truth. Sullivan runs a mine with three original partners involved in some bad deals. Jack's evil brother Nevada is there. The Wild Bunch mines, Nevada steals all the gold. Sullivan launders the gold, but Nevada gets greedy and wants a bigger share of the profits. So they plot to kill Nevada, knowing Jack will not let it slide. They hire killers, but Jack feels no regret for his brother's death. He only investigates because Nevada stole $10,000 from him, so he is here to get his money back. Jack takes Sullivan's wallet, grabs $500 for his ticket to Europe, and leaves with his loot. He runs into Nobody right downstairs. Nobody's sad to hear no shots, but Jack says he is not stupid. He won't fight the gang since he's bought his ticket to Europe to retire, but Nobody is convinced the legend will eventually change his mind.
I ain't taking him on. You will, Jack. You will.
Will Jack finally fight? Gold is loaded on the train, and a man is sprinting to catch it. He runs to the bathroom, but it's awkward since two men are already inside, so he just stares at them without doing anything. He just stands there staring at the old guy, making him very nervous and unsure of what to do. The old man is lost, eyes shifting. Nobody is gone. The train starts moving.
They've stolen the train!
The Wild Bunch nears. Jack grabs his gun, for he must finish the job before retiring. The train stops, then backs away. He sees the gang. It's Nobody's trick. It is Nobody's plan. Jack has to fight now. He spots the dynamite. He takes his shot. He hits them all. A perfect ending. Jack is the hero.
Your end in history.
They ride away. Nobody wants a duel. Jack agrees to it. They face off now. Jack fakes his death. He retires. Two different paths. Nobody wants the fame. Movie's over.